It's no secret that planning a wedding can be stressful. You got to find a venue, a caterer, a florist, and then you have to finalize a guest list, which can be a tough task on its own.
But that's made even harder when you realize there are certain people who shaped your life who are no longer here to celebrate.
A Rehoboth couple facing that very reality found a way to honor the very important person who passed long before they met with a display of goodnight lights.
Eyewitness News reporter Caroline Goggin joins us from India Point Park with the story you'll see only on Eyewitness News.
When it comes to goodnight lights, they call it the magic minute, and that's exactly what this was. But before we share with you that moment, we want to introduce you to the Branagan family and the little girl who inspired this night. 52 cards, 4 players, soon to be one family.
Everything's boxed and labeled and ready to go.
Caitlin Seeley, the bride, Alex Branagan, her groom. As this local couple looks forward to the big day, they're also taking the time to look back, paging through pictures of Alex's little sister, Rachel.
She wanted to be a famous artist, and if she couldn't be a famous artist, she wanted to be just a plain artist when she grew up.
She was a force to be reckoned with a smile that could melt your heart. But at just 4.5 years old, a fall led Rachel to the doctors, and the doctors to a terrifying discovery.
So we went down to the hospital and they did an ultrasound and said, your daughter has a tumor.
Scientifically, it's known as the Wilms tumor. All the Branagans needed to know was their little girl had kidney cancer. But doctors said it was treatable with just about 6 months of chemo.
You'll stop by the clinic. You'll be in and out in a couple hours.
So that's what they did, trying to maintain a life as normal as possible for Rachel and her big brother Alex.
As a kid, no, you don't understand that stuff. That's way too big picture at the time. So
there were times when Alex would go to bed at night and we'd all be home, and he'd wake up in the morning and our neighbor would be sleeping on the couch because we would have had to have taken her to the hospital in the middle of the night.
Over the next 3 years, Rachel relapsed 3 times. The last time, just 2 days after the first day of 3rd grade. The school nurse called Betsy and Bob to say that Rachel had complained of a stomach ache. Exactly 1 week later, the Branagans said goodbye to their baby girl.
It was awful.
It was horrible that we lost her, but I'm the only person in the world who can say I was Rachel Branagan's mother, and I wouldn't trade that for anything.
it didn't feel real for a long time. Sometimes it still doesn't.
Over the last 16 years, the Branagans have tried to push past their pain.
This is one of my favorite pictures.
While time hasn't healed all wounds, it has brought new blessings. For Alex, it came in the form of a new co-pilot. Caitlin never had the chance to meet Rachel, but this weekend she isn't missing out on the opportunity to honor her. With a tradition the Branagan family has actively participated in over the last 3 years.
I know how important Rachel was to Alex and still is to Alex and his entire family. So to do something to honor her on our day is really special.
So on the eve of Alex and Caitlin's wedding, surrounded by family and friends, they shined a light toward Hasbro Children's Hospital. Channeling a weekend of love and a story of loss into a display of light.
I think at 8:28 every night she would be hopping out of her bed and rushing over to the window to see the lights, to see where she could see them from. She would have loved it.
And I'm sure she's looking down on them tonight.
And congratulations to them, too, on their wedding day.